This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
United States Congressman Matt Cartwright discusses the importance of the COVID-19 vaccines in 2021 and how he plans to help Northeast Pennsylvania. Hello friends, and thank you for spending some time with us today for local information and our in-depth stories. I'm Ken Kara, and let's get to it. Our political series continues today with United States Congressman for Pennsylvania's 8th District, Matt Cartwright. I spoke with him about a number of topics, and the discussion started off with President Joe Biden's executive orders addressing the pandemic. Here's today's news feature.
I think obviously the top priority has to be defeating the virus. And those are the executive orders that I'm most interested in. His ramping up the Defense Production Act, which gives him the power. It's kind of the nuclear option, really, of a president to force industry to address a national disaster, a national emergency. That's what we're in. We have been for almost a year now. And, ramping up production of PPE. I mean, I've been vocal about that for a long time. Getting the vaccine out. There's no question. People are ready to get that shot in the arm now. And the sooner that we do it, the better. The one thing I really liked, Ken, was that Biden responded. People were critical of him for having too low a target. He said 1 million injections a day. And people said, we can do better than that. In fact, we're almost already at 1 million injections a day. So what did he do? He upped it to 1.5 million a day as the goal. Kudos to him for that. I mean, to not be stubborn and, be willing to re-examine the facts, because that's what we need. We need to get as many people vaccinated as humanly possible, as quickly as possible, because that's the only thing that's going to bring our economy back. I mean, you look at 100 years ago when the Spanish flu racked our country. Once we got past the Spanish flu, what did we do? We went into the roaring 20s. I mean, I think we're looking at another decade of roaring 20s coming up. So I couldn't be more optimistic, and we need to do everything we can do to support this effort to speed up the vaccine. And I'm happy to say AstraZeneca and Johnson & Johnson appear to be ready to go online with theirs. So moving it up to 1.5 million a day looks feasible, and we may even go higher than that.
You're the chair of the Commerce, Justice, Science, Appropriations Subcommittee now. What does that mean for you, the responsibilities, and also what does it mean for the people you represent?
I worked hard on getting onto the Appropriations Committee. I made some right moves down in Washington. Look, my view of this job, and the reason I took this job, is I knew we needed somebody in northeastern Pennsylvania that would go down and be an effective member of Congress, somebody who would scrap for the money to make sure we get our fair share of federal tax dollars back in our neck of the woods. We want these dollars circulating in our economy. That's the main problem around here, is that there's not enough money circulating through our local economy. The more money, I mean, you go to other places in the United States and there's nice paving and street lighting and new businesses popping up and new construction. We don't have that so much around here, and it's been that way for decades. So my aim was to get down there and be as effective as I can at bringing federal money back to the area. Now, the congressman can't be expected to rescue the entire local economy, but there's a lot an effective congressman can do. And it starts with getting yourself on the House Appropriations Committee and rising to chairman as soon as possible. I did it after 8 years. I'm very proud of that. It means I'm in charge of writing $72 billion worth of federal spending every year. And if you don't think Cartwright's going to figure out a way to get some of that money into northeastern Pennsylvania, you got the wrong guy.
You are in this every day. Is there a way forward where Congressman, Republican, Democrat,
independent. Everybody can work together and move forward from this point in our country.
Look, I've been the same guy all along, Ken, and I've been, ever since I've been there, I've been the Democratic congressman with the most Republican-sponsored bills. And in other words, the most bills that I've introduced that are supported by Republican members of Congress. I'm the #1 bipartisan Democrat down there in the House. And I totally agree with what you're saying. I was thrilled with President Biden's message of hope and unity in his speech. And we're going to get past this. There's going to be this period of unrest and unease. By the way, I want to give a shout out to the Pennsylvania National Guard. On that day for the inauguration, there were 25,000 National Guardsmen in and around Washington, D.C. 10% of them, 2,500, were Pennsylvania National Guardsmen and women. And thank God for them. And thanks to them, these are people with day jobs, Ken, and they went down and they did that. National Guard has been deployed more in the last year than at any time since World War II. So these are people that have made real sacrifices, families that have really had to sacrifice, and I want them to know that we appreciate it.
Today's news feature is brought to you by the Cheese Store and more. Head to their Facebook page to check out their specials for Super Bowl Sunday.
We wrap up our political series next week with Republican State Representative Tara Toohill. If you missed any of the interviews in this series, you can get caught up at SSPTV.com and on the SSPTV YouTube channel.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Here's a look at your weekend forecast from the National Weather Service. On Saturday, it's mostly sunny with a high near 30. Saturday night, partly cloudy with a low in the teens. Sunday, there's a chance of snow showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 30. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low in the teens. Monday is partly sunny with a high near 20. Monday night, mostly cloudy with a low in the single digits. And Tuesday, a chance of snow showers, partly sunny skies with a high in the 20s. Another reminder today, with the cold temperatures and some possible snow coming our way, to remember our pet friends and make sure they're warm and safe inside. Now the SSPTV Standard Speaker Scoreboard. The Hazelton area boys and girls swimming teams beat Lake Lehman. Natalie Yeager, Ashton Cartwright, Sabrina Campbell, and Sadie Hunsinger all won 2 events for the Lady Cougars. For the boys, Logan Yakubowski, Tommy Pollock, and Tony Goldstone won 2 events. In boys basketball, Hazelton area lost to Wilkes-Barre area and Weatherly beat Shenandoah Valley. Coming up next, we have the SSPTV Spotlight with a clip from the show Mass for Inspiration. And in sports, the story of a man from our area who has a goal of reaching the highest peak on each of the 7 continents. And we have a preview of the new season of The Girls that starts very, very soon here on SSPTV.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Rose Ostrowski will hit the stage for a live stream concert at the Berwick Theater and Center for Community Arts. The event will kick off at 7 p.m. and all donations will go directly to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. You can stream the concert at the theater's Facebook page. SSPTV News would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Dominic J. Ford, age 95 of Hazelton, there will be no services. Milan G. Sonny Gerhart Jr., age 92 of Packer Township, services will be private under the Philip J. Jeffries Funeral Home. Zachary S. Huff, age 32 of Scranton, services will be private under the Harmon Funeral Home and Drums. And Bernice Helen Spohr, age 84 of Hazelton, the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home will announce their arrangements. Today's social and obituary report is brought to you by Harmon Funeral Homes and Crematory. Call 570-788-0977 or go to harmonfuneral.com.